Dear February, this winter has been very cold. We've been buried in snow this past week and unable to do much. And I feel just as stuck as the city around me, trapped in a frozen state of mind and not sure what to do with all of this time. I'm sick of doom scrolling and I want to be creative, but it's not that easy. Did you ever sit down to do something just for fun, like playing your guitar or painting or knitting, and then you start to feel guilty? Like, what's the point? Shouldn't I be doing something more productive? How does this benefit me? That guilt is not random, it's conditioning. We've been trained to believe that if something doesn't make us money or improve us, it's a waste of time. And that's a lie. There is this productivity trap. From the moment we enter school, we're taught to be achieving something, work hard, get good grades, be efficient. But why do we think this way? The Industrial Revolution can explain this a little bit. Basically transformed humans into cogs in a machine. Time became money, productivity became morality. This might be a simplistic thought, but it seems that fast forward to today, and we're still stuck in that mindset somehow. Now even hobbies must be profitable. You love photography? Sell prints. You enjoy knitting? Open an Etsy shop. It's like somewhere along the way, joy became secondary to utility. Without hobbies, life becomes dull. Wake up, work, scroll, sleep, repeat. Sure, you can unwind with Netflix or Instagram or YouTube, but does that actually recharge you? Study says no. When you don't have hobbies, a few things can happen. A high stress level, a loss of identity, and increased anxiety. A 2020 study from the American Psychological Association found that hobbies reduce stress and improve cognitive flexibility. So what does that mean? Translation, hobbies make you happier and smarter. But even when we want a hobby, something stops us. The fear of sucking. We're used to being good at things at work, in school, online. So when we try something new and fail, it feels embarrassing. And the fear of failure is real. It stems from survival instincts, comparison culture, and perfectionism, just to name a few. But here's the truth. Every expert was a beginner once. Dr. Carol Dweck's research on the growth mindset proves it. People who embrace failure improve faster than those who avoid it. So when it comes to hobbies, what's the goal? I think it's simply a shift from performance mindset to play mindset. Okay, so I started this online drawing portrait course, and today I'm working on the robot portrait. I have no prior drawing skills, so I'm really starting from scratch. I used to love drawing in high school, but I never took any classes or anything formal, so I'm doing it now. From my understanding from the course, the goal of a robot portrait is to understand the proportions of a human face. Whether it's a man, woman, kid, it doesn't matter. Usually it has the same mathematical proportions. For example, the space between the hairline, the eyebrows, the nose, and the chin is a third, usually. And then of course in real life, it varies. So yeah, the goal is to know how to do this standard one by heart, and then later on use that as a blueprint to draw from a real life reference. So I've been practicing the woman portrait, and I'm gonna start doing the man's portrait today. I gotta say it's kind of an annoying step because it doesn't look realistic at all. It kind of looks like a cartoon, and that's not what I had in mind for drawing. But I know this is just the beginning, and this is a fundamental, I gotta do it. Actually, because if you skip this part, you can start to see some problems. For example, my husband and I drew each other or painted each other at a painting night. And okay, I'll start by showing his painting of me, which is pretty good. I'm just missing a nose. So, and then this is the one I did of him. Which there's too much emphasis on the nose. I can also see now in retrospect the third rule is not applied here. Like his mouth is way too low on his chin. So the proportions are bad, that's for sure. So I gotta practice. I'm gonna do that today. A common argument is, I'm too busy, hobbies are a luxury. My counterclaim to that is, the busiest people in the world still make time to play. Why is that? Because a well-rested mind performs better. If you don't have time for hobbies, you don't have time for mental health. So this begs the question, how do you make hobbies fun again? If starting a hobby feels impossible, it's probably not your fault, unless you lack self-discipline. Society taught you that they are pointless, and from my perspective, I think you can unlearn that. The step number one is to see hobbies as self-care. Hobbies aren't extra, they are essential. A study from the Journal of Positive Psychology found that people who engage regularly in hobbies have lower cortisol level, which means they're literally less stressed. Step number two is to set time for play. So block time for hobbies like you do for work. Even 20 minutes counts. Step number three would be to start small. Lower the stakes. Just doodle or bake something simple. Strum a few chords on your instrument. Or instead of writing a novel, just write one paragraph. Instead of painting a masterpiece, sketch a rough idea in your notebook. Step number four is to detach from the results and to understand that not everything needs a goal. It's to do the thing just for the sake of doing the thing. So it's time to reclaim that mindset of joy. Step number five is about accepting being a beginner. Unfortunately, sucking is part of the process. Look at YouTubers. Most of them cringe at their first video. Like, I will cringe about this one. But without those first awkward attempts, they would never improve. The bottom line is that in a world that measures worth by productivity, doing something just for fun is an act of rebellion. It's how you reclaim your time, your creativity, and your life. So I'm asking you, what's something you've always wanted to try? I say, pick it up. No pressure, no profit, just fun.